One. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Service? Yes. I hope all you can see the screen because there's a lot of light on here. And good morning and welcome and thank you so much for attending this session. We're gonna excuse me, I have to go dry throat. We're gonna talk about the future of experience. It's not about just experience in human form, it's about experience in technology as well. So I'm not sure that all of you are old enough to remember Night Ride. There was a TV show about a car can communicate to the driver through a watch. And I was born in late 90s, I'm old. And I grew up in the 80s in Sri Lanka. And that was a big deal when that came on TV. Like, oh, Night Ride, we have to watch it. Friends never missed it. So, wearables and their impact. That was the 80s. Our doctor was talking about what they were talking about in 60s and 70s and where we are today. And how interesting that wearables are becoming. Why they are becoming essential companions. I'm not going to ask how many people are an iPhone or a Samsung watch. I'm sure all of you are having a smart phones these days. Are they becoming your companions? It's becoming your friends. You talk to them. You leave a note because you don't want to type anymore. Now you're not doing that even that. You're actually talking to a watch if you have an Apple Watch or any other smart watch as per matter. Isn't it? Becoming your companion. Are we becoming our friends? Our phones are becoming our friends. Is that what's happening? Think about it. And then it's becoming functional, so cool. But it is fashionable. I remember when I was at uni, long time ago again, I wanted to buy my first tablet because I was a designer. Like, when can I buy that? It's so expensive. I can't afford it. I'm a student. Because it's cool to have a Apple computer. Early 2000s, late 90s. Anyway, I had to wait until finish uni to buy it for my first job. So I built my own PC, going into software, buying motherboards separately, and fixing my own computer and buying a monitor separately. That's what we used to do. But the point is, it's becoming fashionable. If you have a certain brand, certain type of wearable, it is fashionable. I can talk on my phone through my watch and leave a note. And it's very functional. It's becoming very smooth. Let's jump into augmented reality from there. About 6 years ago, or say 8 years ago, Google started with their maps. I'm sure most of you all know this, that Google Maps, if you use your map with the camera, and if you scan around a Ford road crossing, and it'll tell you where all the Airbnbs are, how much they are, where the shops are. That was 8 years ago. A year ago, they put through a drone across restaurants and other shops so that augmented reality can tell you through Google Maps how the experience on your restaurant is going to be, where you want to sit. This is becoming reality today. And also, it's about this Instagram. Like, everybody goes to these restaurants and take photos and post on Instagram. So everybody wants to go, but they don't know how it's going to be. But you will get a feel of it very soon through your phone, how it's going to be. And AI brings something to life with 3D models and interactive simulation, also medical advancements and immersive shopping. I'm not going to detail of it with the time-consuming speeches we have today, but I'll give you guys a bit of an overall. AI has been seen to be boost sales conversions up to 200% the last year or so. Because now you can actually, IKEA, for example, you pick that chair and you scan through your lounge room and see whether does it fit in, what color do I want? The reason I'm talking about is that's the starting point. It's not starting point anymore because it's been there for a couple of years now. And don't forget, Within the cybersecurity space, this is all data that's going back and forth from your phone and from your alarm to their server, to their data, and coming back and feeding back the information you want. So it doesn't stop at your phone. So if you're a cybersecurity student, you're a design student, you're a tech student, doesn't matter, business student, you need to think all those levels now coming up with a solution. You can't just think this tree is so cool, let's do it. No, you can't, because you have so many levels to think about coming up with a solution. You're solving a problem, but are you solving the right problem? And are you giving the right solution? Is it ethical? You need to think about all of that. Medical advancements. It's so amazing now that even a heart surgery or a heart surgery transplant, heart transplant, things like that now can be done by robotic arms with AR technologies. How is it going to fit in before it goes in? They do scans before that. It's becoming normal. Where 10 to 20 years ago, we thought, really? Are we getting rid of doctors or surgeons? So augmented reality is becoming so useful to do a lot of things today. Again, there are multi-level understanding that you need to have from a technological perspective, security perspective, and business and design perspective. Virtual reality, I'm sure all of you are waiting to buy the next Apple or Meta headset, the VR headset. It's going to give you the best experience that you have ever seen. Next year or year after, we will get into our metaverse. I'm not going to talk about that yet. Now, what's happening in the VR space? Gaming immersion, training advancements, therapeutic environment, reshaping content and connection. It's a lot of words and a lot of things in VR. But at the same time, I'm sure you guys have, I don't know whether you're around or this is about Pokemon came out with a VR game. I'm sure that everyone's running around the streets and trying to catch it and fight against each other. I did this one. So now it's becoming more VR. Imagine that you're actually wearing a glass, smart glass, or a VR headset. You're walking on the street without even getting it on because it's connected to the internet, it's connected to the web, of course, it's connected to your phone, it's connected to everything else. And you're wearing a smart shirt, shoes, socks, watch, glasses. It reads your heartbeat, it tells you on your screen how fast am I walking, what is my heart rate. It'll warn me at least 20 minutes or 10 minutes before that you might have a heart attack. Imagine that. Because we are becoming smart. Are we becoming smart or are wearables becoming smarter? Then we are the security stands for. Because it comes to security, it comes to data, it comes to connectivity, everything is connected. But are we really connected? I love people factor of everything I do in technology. We forget people, they are not solving a right solution and giving to the community because it's not anything. You are the future of this world. So when you come up with solutions, be ethical all the time. People, processes, tools, people come first. So, of course, the technology has to be smarter, or they will become smarter to help us, but it should not control us. So I'm just giving you a bit of VR technology. There's a word that I actually wanted to talk about, which is in the next slide. Before I go to that, it says look back a bit quickly. Haptic. So this is about the speed of communication between I'm pressing this to move to the next part, and it's actually happening. So within the VR space, there is a lag, and there is a lag in refreshing your screen as well. But they are becoming more faster and advanced. And becoming more like us. That when I blink, it refreshes, it's like nothing happened. So the human brain speed or the mind and how fast our brain works, the technology is getting there. Quantum computing is coming and it is going to be here very soon. So if you think of those when you're, whatever you're learning, think about what's going to happen next 6 months and next year within this space, and how can I learn to find best and better solutions in humanity. Virtual assistants, again, I talked about smartphones and every other wearable, and we are all familiar with Amazon Echo or Google Home and IBM Watson, and everyone's having a name to their virtual assistant. How much are we telling them? How much are we getting back? What are we thinking, right? When we ask something from these wearables, are we really getting what we want? Are we training them or they're training us? Are we adapting to the wearable or the virtual assistant, or they should be adapting to us? What is really happening? I'll be talking about prompt engineering later on, but for now. So the wearable, from a virtual assistant perspective, it's becoming much more smarter. I would say in the next 6 to 8 months, you'll probably see that I won't be here talking the same speech. I'll be somewhere else. I'll be virtually here, and I've already recorded it, or maybe I said something else, but somehow AI, I'm not going to go into ChatGPT or anything like that. I'm sure you guys know what it is. And it brings all the data of my voice, the frequency. It's understanding that I was happy and I was giving the speech, I was nervous. Which brain part was creating which triggers from a psychology perspective that I'm very comfortable in front of this audience to give the best speech with the best tone that they were listening to me. Or it'll improve that. I'm sure you have heard of that, some of the singers that you auto-tune, I guess. And it'll do it for me. I'm not a singer, but it'll create the best tone of my voice that you will be drawn into. It'll create the perfect ambience with my voice. Again, don't forget how much data is capturing from me. Where's the security, where's the privacy, where is it stored? So again, data, security, cyber, that's important. The reason I'm using those 3 words all the time because we are sitting in that part of the university, and this audience really needs to know about it and remind you something. When you talk about and when you work on solutions and students and the future of this world, think of those things. Design for wearables and emerging technology, user-centered design, sensory engagement, seamless interaction, and multi-cloud. I'm not going to go through each of them, but I'll start from the most important part again, which is user-centered design. People and their sensory systems are the key for best solution. How am I going to feel? How am I going to react? What am I thinking when I'm seeing this? Also, I'll go to the next one. That is where the solution needs to be. Keep them peaceful or calm. That's not what we're all looking for. Everyone's into meditation these days, which is a fantastic thing. Yoga, because we are running towards something. Most of the time we don't know. We forget that how peaceful we need to be, how to take care of ourselves. So human-centered design is about how to get the user to use your solution and enjoy the best experience. Sensory engagement goes into that haptic feedback, gesture recognition, and audio and communication. Every time you say something, every time you comment on video, every time you just get engaged with technology, it's getting captured and distributed across the world as data. And then they will come up with a better solution according to what you've been saying for the last 6 months. So think about data, think about feelings of people, think about their experience, and how the future is going to be. The future of landscape on this is so wide. You can think about wearables, augmented reality, virtual reality, and assistance. Future of experience from a technological standpoint, It's going to be what's surrounded by us, not people. When we wake up in the morning, what does the alarm going to say? Whether it's this, we have 5 meetings today, and where I'm going to be at 10 o'clock. So imagine that, but you are alone, and you're not married, and you don't have kids, so this is how it's going to be. Or your alarm will tell your wife has left early for a meeting today, you have to cook breakfast for kids. You don't know. So the future of experience is going to be very different to what we see today, but we are seeing a glimpse of it. Into the next 5 years, we don't know where we will be when I'm giving a similar speech to a very different thing. And one of you will be here talking to the next generation for 10 years. So thank you very much for your time for the first speech. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.